Welcome to Align Christ-Centered Yoga. My name is Linda and I'll be guiding our practice today. My question for you as we begin today is this. What does it feel like to be free? The United States of America just celebrated a holiday, Juneteenth. And this holiday celebrates the moment that the federal government said that slavery would be illegal throughout the land. At the time, 48 of the 58 states had already banned slavery. 2 of them were holding on. So now slavery was universally banned. The other thing that this law did was it gave the federal government the authority to go down to the slaves and to make sure that they had been freed. So despite the fact that slavery was illegal, there were a lot of slave owners that hadn't told the slaves that they were free. And so they were still living as enslaved people. What does it feel like to be free? Jesus says that if we live by his word, we're his disciples, and the truth will set us free. He tells us that whoever the Son, whoever he sets free, will be free indeed. Some of us don't fully realize that Jesus has already set us free. Others of us realize that in our heads, but we're not really living it yet. As you enter into this somatic practice, I invite you to notice what it feels like to be free. Free of anxiety, free of depression, free of grief, free of pain. Join me. We're going to start on our backs. You might want a pillow or a blanket nearby, so if you need to pause the video to do that now, that'll just support your head. If you need to, you can support your head here. There will be a time later where you may want to support it as well. For a moment, hands on one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Just breathe. Notice the way the breath is moving through the body. Begin to breathe a little more deeply, fully into the lungs, opening up the rib cage, expanding that diaphragm muscle in the belly. And as you exhale, feel the body rest, melt into the mat. Just continue here, again, just feeling the breath move through the body. One more breath here. I invite you to bring your hands down to your side. We're going to start with pelvic tilts. If anything is too uncomfortable for you, do whatever you need to be comfortable. If you want to put a blanket over yourself, if you don't want to make the movement, you just want to imagine making the movement, that's okay too. Hands can be down at your side as we begin, and gently just bring the hip points towards the knee. And then exhaling, tuck the tailbone. Maybe you take your hands to the hips and feel the hips lifting, tucking. Connect with this with breath. Take a deep breath in as the back rises. And exhale and soften as you come back to the mat. So a few more times. Try not to force it. It's just naturally rising with the breath. Abdominals are relaxed as you come to the mat. One more time here. Hands down to your side, take a breath and just notice how the body is connected to the mat. hands behind you. Stay here. Fingers are just lightly behind the head. They're not interlaced. Bring the elbows forward towards each other. And inhale and let them come down to the mat. And if your pillow or your blanket's in the way, you can just move it out of the way. So that exhale, elbows come together. Inhale, fill the lungs with air as the elbows come back. And 2 more times here. Where do you feel sensation? Maybe it's against the mat, or maybe it's the rise and fall of the chest. Maybe it's at the back of the head as the fingers touch the skull. So we're going to bring these moves together. Go ahead and inhale and lift the hips, hip points towards the knees. Exhale, as the belly comes back to the mat, bring the elbows up, not all the way together, but tuck the chin and rise. Upper body lifts. Exhale, release. Elbows come back to the mat. Take a breath. So in between each crunch, we're going to reset. To start it, inhale, hips rise, maybe the head moves a little bit. Exhale, back comes back to the mat. Elbows come towards each other, shoulder blades lift off the mat. Inhale, come back to the mat. And relax. Take a breath. Two more times. Start with the arch of the back. The hips simply rise towards the knees. And then as the tailbone gently tucks, the elbows come towards each other and the upper back lifts. Back to the mat. Take a breath. And one more time. Arching the back. Coming back to the mat. Elbows come towards each other. Upper back rises. Release and come down. And I invite you to bring those hands down to your hips again. Just noticing, are the palms up or down? How do the arms feel on the floor? How does the back feel against the mat? What does it feel like to be free? Roll over onto your side. And this is where you may want to support your head with a blanket. It's an option. Or you can just support your head with your arm. So you choose what's best for you. Knees are at a 90-degree angle here. Hand is just lightly, that top arm, the hand is just lightly on the mat. Inhale, and just lift your heel up. Notice where you are working. Maybe there's work here in the legs, in the hips, maybe even a little bit in the internal obliques in the waist. Exhale, release. So a few times here. Inhale, come up. Breathe out. Relax. Again, inhaling. Exhale and release. One more time. Settle for a breath. Notice how the body feels. Bring the top arm over your head. And then just very lightly, head is the last thing to come up. Begin to draw the ribs towards the hips. So it's not a very big movement, and you're being really careful with your neck. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Start with that contraction of the internal obliques. Feel the ribs draw towards hips, hips towards ribs. Release. Where do you feel the work? Again. And one more time. And release. Putting the moves together. As you inhale, the ankle will rise and the ribs will come towards the hips. So breathe in. Yeah, getting my breath mixed up here. But we're going to inhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, relax. Inhale, rise. Where is the work? Where do you feel tension? Exhale, completely release it. One more time. Move with your breath. So we're going to add one more element to this, and I got this from James Knight, who I love following. So if you like somatic yoga, check him out. Deep breath in, rise. Gently bring the leg forward and bring the elbow back. Unwind. And come back to center, relaxed. Okay, so here we go again. Inhale, foot rises, ribs to hips. Exhale, come down and open up into a gentle twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, relax. One more time. Leg rises, upper body comes to meet the hip. Exhale, come into a gentle twist. Again, where is there tension? Gently come back to center. And relax. Let the head get heavy, that arm in front of you for balance. Just take 2 breaths and just notice what you notice. And as you're ready, gently come back to center. Again, check in, take a breath. How does the back feel on the mat now? Are the palms up? Are the palms down? Feel the weight of the arms. And then roll over to the other side. I'm going to switch so that I can see you. You can do the same, or you can just roll over. I'll cue you. Settle onto your side. Get a pillow if you want one. Notice how this feels. Starting with just the lower body. That inhale, the heel rises. Exhale, slowly bring the foot back to the other foot. Is it different on this side than it was on the other side? What's the range of motion in the hip? Where do you feel the work and the sensation? On the other side, I felt it in my lower back, but on this side, I just kind of feel it in the hip. Right? There's no right or wrong here. 2 more times. Notice what you notice. the upper body. Bring the arm over the head lightly. Just gently bring the rib cage towards the hips. Remember, the head is the last thing to come up. You're not pulling on the neck at all. You're just gently guiding. And exhale and release. And again, gently lifting. Softening as you come down. And 2 more times here. Can you feel the internal obliques at the waist contracting? Can you feel the lengthening of the neck? Bringing the upper and lower body movements together as the ankle rises. The ribs come towards the hip. Deep breath in. And release. Again, can you start from the center? So the extremities are the last thing up, that elbow and that foot. So instead of leading from the elbow and the foot, can you lead from the center? Try again. As you're ready, release. We're going to add the twist now. So inhale and rise. And then as that foot comes down and the head comes down, just bring that leg forward and the elbow back. And again, notice, does the twist feel the same on this side, or is it very different? And come back to center. So again, inhale, rise. Bring the leg forward. Find your twist. Remember that you're always adapting. If you have back problems, if you have any kinds of issues in your hips, some things may not work for you. Shift it around. Find something that does work for you. The important thing is just to explore movement and the sensations that accompany it. As you're ready, gently come back and relax. So just lying on your side, take 2 deep breaths and notice what you notice. As you're ready, come to your back. Again, back to the mat, arms down at the side, hands towards the hips. Check in. Notice the connection of the feet, the weight of the hips, the curve of the spine, the weight of the head. Sensation in the hands, the arms, the neck. Take 2 more breaths here. Gently roll over onto your side and come up to sitting. Just find a comfortable seated position. You can even do this part from a chair if you want to. Invite you, hands down at your side, to simply lift your right shoulder up. And then slowly bring it down. So we're just beginning to explore sensation in the neck. What's the movement of the shoulder blade with this? What muscles are doing the work? One more time. I invite you to drop the shoulder down. So it might not drop very far. Just kind of lengthening the distance between the ear and the shoulder. And one more time. Gently draw the shoulder forward. Maybe the exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Twice more, find it on your own. Where is the work? Where is the stretch? Just exploring. And then as you're ready, draw the shoulder back. So that shoulder blade's kind of just gliding towards the center of the back. And release. Again. One more time. Find a full circle. The arm comes up and back and down and forward. Is it smooth? Is it crunchy? Is the shoulder blade gliding? Does it feel stuck? One more circle. I invite you just to bring your hands forward towards your knees, maybe closing your eyes. Check in for a moment. Notice, does that right shoulder and arm feel different than the left? Maybe it's not just the shoulder and arm. Maybe there's different sensation up and down the side of the body as well, or in the neck. So same thing in the other side. Again, hands just down at the side. Start by simply lifting that left shoulder up towards the ear. And exhale, returning back to center. Again, shoulder rises. Exhale, release. Two more times. How is the shoulder blade moving? What's the sensation across the top between the shoulder and the ear? Maybe in the shoulder joint itself. And then gently bring that shoulder down. Try to keep the rest of the body still. Again, simply drop the shoulder as far as you can. And release. What are you feeling? What are you noticing? A long time ago, I broke my right shoulder. And I can feel the work in this shoulder blade much more than in the other one. Again, it's not the shoulder blade itself, but in the muscles of the upper back surrounding the shoulder blade. As you're ready, gently draw that shoulder forward. What's the range of motion? Does it come as far forward or does it come farther than the other one? Release. Again, where do you feel the work? What's the response of the rest of the arm? And then take that shoulder blade back. Glide the shoulder blade towards the center of the spine and release. 3 more times here. Move with your breath. Notice where there is work, where there is release. And then slowly that circle up and back and down and forward. So again, is it smooth? Is it fluid? Is it choppy? Doesn't matter. It is what it is, right? Just noticing it. And one more time. And release. I invite you to come to a seated position with your left leg in front, your back leg behind you in a pinwheel. Go ahead and bring your hand underneath that back ankle and your hand underneath the front leg behind the knee, and begin to rock back and forth here. So again, just checking rotation of the hips. You know, how high does that knee come up? How high does that foot come up? Don't force anything, just noticing. 2 more times. One more time. Bring the front arm behind you, the back arm to your chest. Go ahead and bring the hand all the way over to that back shoulder. Twist back behind you. That means you're going to lift this back hip. You're going to lengthen through the spine. Look over your shoulder and just notice. What do you feel? Maybe the hips, the lower back, the belly, the chest. Where's your range of motion? Where does your gaze fall? So just back and forth here 2 times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. 2 more times. Next time when you come back, stay there. I invite you to bring the elbow up and the gaze up. Stay here, elbow comes down, bow your head. And 2 more times here. Release. Hand to hip, come around. Just notice. Where did your twist take you now? What has changed? Maybe it's sensation in the body, maybe it's range of motion, maybe it's simply the way the breath is moving. Exhale and release. Other side. Again, create the pinwheel. One hand under the ankle, other hand just at the leg behind that knee. Rotate the hips, lift. Bring that knee all the way in. How does this compare to what you noticed on the other side? Where's the work? Where is the stretch? 2 more times. And 1 more. Go ahead and bring that hand behind you. Other hand to shoulder. Twist to the back. Take a deep breath here. Notice. Where is there work? Where is there stretch? What's your range of motion? And just gently come all the way back and forward. And 3 more times here. Inhale as you twist. Exhale, come back to center, relax. Lift. Lower. As you're ready, come all the way back. Lift the elbow and the gaze follows. Exhale, round forward, tuck your chin. 2 more times here. Then bring your hand to your hip, come all the way back. One more time, turn to the back. Notice what you notice. Where's the work? Where's the stretch? What is the range of motion? You ready, release. Meet me in table on hands and knees. There's a little bubble of air in the palm of your hand. Shoulders are over wrists. Knees are hip width apart. Put a little weight in the tops of your feet. Let's find that hip tilt again. The hip point simply drop down towards the knees, and then the tailbone tucks. So noticing, how is this sensation different? How does the body respond differently with a different gravitational pull? It's the same movement you were doing when you were on your back. What do you notice here? So now let's just add that back bend. Tilt the hips. Let the belly drop towards the mat. And then tuck the tailbone. And draw the belly in as the spine reaches towards the sky and the top of the head comes to the mat. Again, tilt the hips towards the knees. Come into cow. Exhale. Don't force anything. It's not about how high or low or how big the arch is. We're just focused on experiencing the movement, resetting the somatic nervous system. Come back to center. Bring your hands forward, come all the way down to the mat. I invite you to take your right hand, your forearm aligned with the top of the mat, and your cheek on that hand. Take the other hand down by your hip. So just practicing both of the movements. Initially, the upper body, it's just this right elbow is going to lift, and you're going to find a gentle lift of the upper back. You're kind of gliding towards that other shoulder, and release. Simultaneously, we're going to lift the leg. So let's try just lifting the leg. That opposite leg, that left leg, rises up with the contraction of the back. Again, where is the work? Relax. What can you soften? So doing this together, the elbow rising, the leg rising. Inhale, find the work. Exhale and soften. 3 more times. What's happening in the upper back? What's happening in the lower back? What muscles in the hip are working? As you're ready, release. Go ahead and cross both arms parallel to the front of the mat. Turn your cheek the other direction, gently wiggle your hips. And then bring that right arm down beside your hips. Turn your cheek so you're facing the elbow. Again, try it with just the upper body. Maybe this side's going to respond differently. What's the range of motion? Where is the work? What are you feeling? And try just the leg. And release. So 4 times, connecting the two. Upper and lower body lift simultaneously with the inhale. With the exhale, relax. And you feel the muscles of the back working. What does it feel like to relax the muscles of the back? Can you feel the muscles of the hip working? What does it feel like to relax the hip? One more time. Follow your breath. What do you notice? And then as you're ready, stack your forearms, turn your cheek to the other side, and gently just wiggle the hips. I invite you to come back up to table. And gently draw the hips back, find a child's posture. So the hips just come back. You can move those knees in or out a little bit if you need to. Rise back to table. And 3 more times here. Exhale, lengthen through the spine. Feel the mat underneath the feet and the forearms, maybe underneath the head. Inhale, rise. 2 more times. Next time you come back into child, I invite you to stay there. Maybe you massage out your forehead. Maybe you support your head on that blanket or pillow. Find something comfortable. Take a deep breath, feeling the breath fill the back of the body. I invite you to consider where it is in your life that you're still living as if you were bound. How can you live free? What does freedom feel like? Take 2 more breaths here. Gently press into your hands. Come up to sitting, bring your feet in front of you and bring the feet wide on the mat and gently just let those knees go side to side as you roll over the hips a little bit. And then as you're ready, bring the feet forward, knees bent, back on the mat. I invite you to check in again. What has changed since the first time you were in this position? The weight of the body, the way the muscles feel. Maybe it's not even physical. Maybe something has shifted emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Take 1 more breath here. Bring hands to knees and begin to just draw a circle on the ceiling and massage out your lower back. And maybe you go the other direction. Gently draw the knees into the rib cage and away. And extend the legs long. Windshield wiper the feet and bounce the knees. And wiggle the hips. Bring the hands all the way up to the ceiling and let the shoulders thump down, and do that again. And hands down at your side, palms up. Find breath. I invite you in these final moments of your practice to come back to that promise from Jesus. He says, who the sun sets free is free indeed. Later we're reminded that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. That freedom already given, offered freely. I invite you to accept that gift of freedom. To trust that Jesus will guide you, that the Spirit of God will go before you and will show you how to live free. I invite you to stay here longer if you can, but if you need to move on with your day, gently bring movement back. Rotate wrists and ankles, turn your head side to side. Taking a deep breath in, bring those arms up and overhead and stretch as long as you can. Bending knees, gently come over onto your side. Find breath here. Maybe noticing again how it feels to be on your side now. Then gently pressing into your hands, rise up to sitting. Crossing legs comfortably in front of you, find your sitting bones. Check in one final time, maybe eyes are closed, body, mind, and soul. What has changed since you came to the mat today? Maybe noticing also what has stayed the same. Taking a deep breath in, arms rise up and overhead, palms together, and exhaling, join me in prayer. Jesus, we are so grateful for the freedom that you offer. That you would come down from heaven, that you would submit to the humiliation of the cross so that we could live free. So that we could live free from sin and the consequences of that sin. So that we could live free in the midst of a broken world. Show us, Jesus, how to live free so that others can see that and find the freedom that you offer as well. It is in your name, Jesus, that we pray. Amen. Thank you for practicing with me today.